Hey everybody, Vestmore here, and today we're taking a look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order.
Idiots. Your stupidity may have doomed the universe.
Wouldn't be the first time, sweetheart.
All who oppose our master shall fall.
It's been about 10 years since the last game in the Ultimate Alliance franchise, and honestly, a sequel is well overdue. Ultimate Alliance has always been one of those games that seems a little bit simple and jank sometimes on the surface, but with friends it can be an absolute blast to play. So I figured today I'd bring you guys 6 things I think you should know about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below letting me know which character you've got dibs on. Oh, and just so you know, Spidey was already taken. Sorry.
Terminated. Like to see it try, Scrappy.
So, starting off at number 1, we have the interesting tidbit that the game's going to be exclusive to Switch. Now, personally, I'm not complaining. The portability aspect of Ultimate Alliance is certainly nothing new with the previous releases. We had the PSP versions, of course. However, I'm excited to see how they make use of the Switch's unique features, things like the Joy-Cons, the motion sensors, etc. If at all. I mean, they may just not do anything with that, but it's certainly an interesting prospect. And the fact that it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive means maybe they've built aspects of the game around that. Either way, being able to take Ultimate Alliance with me when I go to meet up with friends, and then when I get home, plonking it in the dock and viewing it on that glorious big screen is going to be great. And as a quick side note, of course, the game itself is going to be releasing in just over 2 months on July 19th, 2019. So it's literally just round the corner. Moving on to number 2, we have the character roster. Now, as of the time of this video, there have been 30 announced characters, with the latest being Hawkeye and Ms. Marvel. They haven't said that's the end of the roster, however, so we may even have more to come. The previous games both had a basic roster of 24 characters, not including things like DLC, exclusives, etc. So with 30 already being announced for Black Order, it's certainly the biggest initial roster we've seen. Each character has an alternate skin, as well as 4 unique abilities, meaning there's a lot of content to keep us distracted for a good while. Speaking of different characters and alternate costumes, we can now appreciate them even more with the brand new heroic camera option. When playing solo or playing multiplayer on separate consoles, you have the option to turn on the heroic camera. This changes the wide overview camera to a much closer to the action third-person view, which is focused on your character, allowing you to get a much better look at the destruction on the screen. I think this is a really cool feature because it allows you to really pinpoint and focus on what your character's doing among the mayhem that usually happens on screen. So yeah, this one's definitely appreciated. Job well done. Moving on to number 4 is something known as the Lab. Now, there are actually kind of 2 mini points within this, and we'll start with ISO 8. These are equipable drops that you can get from bosses and different challenging encounters within the game, and they allow you to diversify your playstyle even further. ISO 8s essentially modify your character's stats. For example, they might decrease damage taken when at low health, or increase the drop chance of health orbs, or even increase your chance at stunning bosses and other enemies. So yeah, the sky's the limit with these really. I'm quite interested to see what comes of the ISO 8 system, and yeah, I really hope it will allow you to make some crazy builds. Like, can you imagine Glass Cannon Hulk? Don't know what that would look like. And the second part of the lab is something known as the Alliance Enhancement System. Now, this has been described as a gigantic web of upgrades, think the Sphere Grid system from Final Fantasy X, that essentially boost your character's base attributes, things like their strength, vitality, durability, etc. Using this system, I'm sure, will allow you to absolutely min-max your characters so that they fit your chosen playstyle as well as possible. And if I'm not mistaken, these buffs actually extend to the rest of your team, meaning with enough fine-tuning, I'm sure a group of 4 players will be able to make an absolutely nutty group build. Next up at number 5s are something called the Infinity Trials. These are essentially challenging content that takes place in missions you've already completed, but you can also actually find these within levels themselves, and they're visualized as rifts, where stepping through will begin the challenge. The These trials have unique modifiers in order to mix things up. For instance, there's one called Countdown, which puts you in a time attack position essentially, where you have to speedrun part of a level. And there's also the Wave modifier, which is essentially like a horde mode. You have to kill waves and waves of increasingly harder enemies in order to complete the challenge. The trials themselves are meaningful because if you manage to complete one, you'll get a useful reward, which can be viewed before you initiate the challenge. Now, it's not clear if these are going to be procedurally generated or not, but honestly, it would make sense if they were, because this seems to kind of be the endgame loop. Running these difficult challenges for better gear, better ISO 8s, etc., which in turn will allow you to make an awesome build. And coming in at number 6, we have saved the best till last, we have synergy attacks. While fighting, you can pair up with another team member and essentially pair your powers together in order to make a super flashy synergy attack. You can also perform something known as an Ultimate Alliance Extreme Attack, which can be done by activating your ultimate moves at the same time, which essentially nukes the screen, destroying pretty much anything in its path, as well as dealing massive damage to bosses. And one other cool thing I figured I'd put under this section is the group buffs. There are several group buffs that can be activated depending on your team comp, and they passively confer bonuses to you. This can be team compositions such as things like Women of Marvel, Heavy Hitters, Original Avengers, and even Wisecracking Warriors. And the best part is, these stack, so if you make a team comp that's eligible for multiple of these team buffs, you'll get them. And there you have it. That was 6 things I think you should know about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order. If you enjoyed this video, guys, definitely leave a like, let me know who you're going to be playing, and I'll see you in the next one, Avengers. This is Vest, signing off.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.